Hey folks, Dave here, and welcome back to the American Republic here in Empire Total War. This is my attempt at a historical roleplay series, but the rest of the world is not cooperating. We are experiencing what is essentially World War I in around, I think it's 1828 or so, and what you're looking at here is Spanish-occupied Maine. We of course cannot let that stand, and we're going to advance on their forces with General Jamie Townsend. Reinforcements will be coming from, I believe, Boston. They have a few elite troops, but also just some very basic troops, and also a smaller army. As long as we're careful, we should be able to win this pretty easily, as they have no artillery. Let us take back Maine. Man, it is a cold day here in Maine. Let's keep this simple and to the point. 12-pounder artillery with round shot up here on this nice little plateau. I think we can fire down from that pretty easily. Let's put our howitzers just behind. Ooh, yes, with quicklime shot. We finally have quicklime. Main infantry left here. Nice mix of militia, grenadiers, line infantry, irregulars. Very nice mix. American Legion on the right with some line infantry and some militia. Let's keep our general protected here in the back. Got a nice bit of cavalry too. One unit here. And I guess technically it's 2 and 2. Philadelphia Light Cavalry, the 3rd Horse, 1st Regiment of Dragoons. Okay. Let's take back Maine. Ooh, I deployed kind of lopsided. They're all on the right. We're gonna have to push up some, it looks like. Let's repack that artillery. Get our men moving up here. I'm gonna shift, I think, 2 units to the right side. I'm going to put our cannons right there on the edge. Alright, howitzers, pack up. I think I'll actually leave this unit of Minutemen back here to guard our cannon. Ooh, the Spanish are charging. An interesting choice. Yep, they're gonna charge. And our Rangers and our line infantry are getting shots off. 10 losses there as they try and charge in. And they're definitely outnumbered. hitting my dragoons first. Alright, troops, line up, come on. They have more cavalry incoming. Let's just go ahead and charge them. That is a swarm of horse. And their general is going to push right as well. They are trying a full frontal attack. Not smart at all. Let's fire quicklime right here in between their units of horse in the back. We'll make a sprint for their general as well from the side. He's left himself exposed. Cannons fire on the regiment of foot. Okay, we've chased them into our own lines. Let's just fall back. And now spin and hit their general. Ooh, the quicklime doing some decent damage there. We seem to have caught their line infantry. We're getting peppered with fire from our own lines though. Let's fall back. Cannons fire on the first light foot. Right side, move up. Close the noose. I think there goes our quicklime again. Ooh! Devastating hits of quicklime right there. What is their general doing charging through town? Dragoons and provincial cavalry move to intercept, I guess. Might as well. Everybody push up. And here come the mounted guerrillas and the 2nd Regiment of Dragoons. Square formation, we've got flanks in progress. Square formation. Square formation. Here they come. There go their dragoons. We just have firelock armed citizenry back here, so let's charge in with our horse. And mop all this up. No mercy, as always, for the invaders. Let's halt that quick line though. Stuff is nasty. Cannons hold fire. Oh, hold. They have pikes out. I forgot about pikes. Dragoons dismount. For once. Possibly the first time in this campaign. Dragoons line up. General halt. We do have pikes out on the field. Provincial scouts fire on the citizenry. We have killed their general, and now we're finishing off his bodyguard unit. And the firelock armed citizenry breaks. I'm going to go ahead and just end it right there. We have retaken Maine. We lost 348 men. They lost their entire army. Our cavalry comes out on top for kills, as you might imagine. Not bad. Alright. We can't yet repair the capital, Falmouth, Maine, because we are out of money for this turn. I'm wondering though, Spain's holdings aren't that great. They have a few territories in Africa and a few in Europe. But that was a pretty pitiful North American incursion. I wonder if they would take peace and a reinstatement of our trade agreement. Peace treaty signed. I guess we successfully humiliated them in battle. Oh, and here's their gigantic navy up here. Some very experienced units. We really have to get some of our own first rates built. Let's see, the naval hospital, once we build it, will let us recruit third rates, second rates, brigs, fourth rates, fifth rates, Admiral's flagship, first rate. Third rates, fifth rates, rocket ships, frigates, first rate ship of the line, and heavy first rate. Okay. That is what we need. So, Raleigh. Work on lime juice and sauerkraut. That will then allow us to build that naval hospital. Actually, the steam engine is going to be finished even faster. So we'll build the steam dry dock first. That is going to end our very broke turn. Things are still a bit, very dicey here in Europe. Let's try and hold the line against Austria and the rest of the anti-American coalition. Austria, Sweden, oh, and yeah, Mexico. Speaking of Mexico, before we end our turn, a lot of you guys were calling for me to take Mexico, but historically, I wouldn't be taking Mexico to occupy it. There was obviously the Mexican-American War, so I will defeat them in battle, but I won't take their capital. I might just besiege it and then demand peace. I think our southern or southwestern armies are more than capable of taking care of those tasks. We'll put Mexico in their place and then get our trade route going once again. Okay, we have a huge Austrian battle here. We have our army versus a deployed set of Austrian armies. We have General Nathaniel Green, our most experienced general. Oh, we actually have 3 armies versus their 2. This battle is going to be brutality, though. They have unique units, they have line infantry, they have cannons. Thankfully, I don't see many of their elite horse units like their house guard. There it is, the household cavalry. They have 1, and a lot of cannons. Yep, this is going to be rough. Man, it looks even colder over here in our European territories. For our first army's deployment, I guess we can try and fortify this small village, but they have so much artillery, it's not really going to matter. Instead, let's get some cannons on the hill. And I'm going to put them in a defensive position with some sandbags right there. And the same for our puckle guns down here. And some howitzers in the back with quicklime and some mortars, also with quicklime shot. Now I'm not sure where that Spanish army is going to be reinforcing from. Just in case I have to spin, I'm going to keep my back artillery unprotected with sandbags because you can't move those. Let's get US Marines on the right, deploy pikes, and in square formation, US Marines on the left, deploy pikes and square formation. Then some line infantry. Man, these troops are experienced. Line infantry. Republican Guard. Let's actually just line you guys up right there. There we go. Maybe just a bit more spread out like so. What's next? Let's do Republican Guard, long riflemen, and line infantry in the center. Long riflemen, deploy trenches. Grenadiers, pikes. Republican Guard, trenches, line infantry, pikes. got more Marines. We'll also put you on the right with trenches. And finally, more Marines. I guess I'll also put you guys on the left with trenches. Then pikes, trenches, and pikes. That is a pretty imposing line right there. Alright. We still have Marion's Rangers. Let's put you on the left flank with pikes. Move our line infantry to there with trenches. Alright, dragoons and cavalry in group 1 on the left. And our last cavalry regiment on the very far right. Now we're finally set up. Our general is well protected and hidden back here in the village. What you got for me, Austria? Fire on their cannons. There goes the howitzers and the mortars. And there goes their first shots. A dangerous hit of quicklime, unfortunately. That's going to be devastating. That quicklime, ugh. It's going to be very hard to get cavalry up there too. Some Austrian horse pushed pretty far up on the right. They're pushing very hard. Cavalry charges everywhere. There go our puckle guns. I've got pikes everywhere. They're gonna have a rough time with that. Artillery continue firing on, I guess, their horse. Our lines are holding for now despite their quicklime shot. I wonder how far around I can flank. Their artillery is going to be devastating. All of my units are injured at least a little bit. Alright, canister shots. Now is your time. Mortars, switch to quicklime. Howitzers, switch to quicklime. I think I actually have an opening to get their artillery. I'm just going to charge back here now that they've pushed too hard with all their horse and see what I can do. It's this artillery battery currently packing up here on this hillside. I've got to take it out. Here comes my quick lime finally. Nasty stuff. Oh man. Puckle guns. Focus on these elite infantry for sure. Here they come. The Philadelphia Light got caught up in a unit of line infantry. Let's see if they can break off. Okay, our lines are getting hit hard on the right. We got to go after those dragoons. Come on, Marines, hold, hold, hold. Hold that right flank. No, actually ignore their general and go for that artillery. We're going to lose the Philadelphia Light, but they're keeping the infantry distracted while we go for the artillery. And our general's going to insist on attacking us, so let's kill him first then. The only bad part about reinforcing armies is as we lose troops, we're going to have a period where we're going to be very, very weak. In between waves of reinforcements from our 3 armies. Their provincial cavalry is charging in. It's going to be a close fight. We've taken out one of their howitzers, and the other is running, very injured, with only 6 men left. And they have reinforcements coming in. Horse artillery to start things off. Oh wow, the right flank held. Ooh, those pikes definitely came in handy right there. Nice work, man. Nice work. Wow. We've almost killed their general's bodyguard, and we're working on the provincial cavalry too. Sheldon's light dragoons are really tearing into their artillery battery back here. And their general. And their cavalry. They're almost single-handedly wiping them out here in the back. Okay, mortars, quicklime, keep it coming. Puckle guns fire on the Jaegers. That has got to be scary to see. Incoming automatic cannon fire from our Puckle guns with mortars of quicklime falling all around you. Marines reform the left. I'm going to pull our Republican Guard back here to the left as well. It's about to get a lot busier over here. Line infantry also come left. Marines fill in the gap. I'm wishing now that I hadn't deployed sandbags for this cannon because I really need to turn it. Sheldon's light dragoons are finally breaking after a huge fight here in the rear. Thankfully, all of their cannons back there are now gone. Mortars and howitzers fire on the far left flank. We're holding fast so far. Let's send my only remaining cavalry at the moment all the way to the back of the map to take out that artillery. It's a 24-pounder howitzer. I'm just gonna have to run those guys from the back of the map. Here we go. Provincial Cavalry, 11th Regiment. Hit these light infantry along with my quicklime mortars and howitzers. It's definitely going to be this left flank that gets very, very busy as the Austrians reinforce with their next army. I'm going to bet that ammo is going to be a problem, shot and powder, by the end of this battle. Form lines. There's our nice charge. Very nice. Austrian foot was caught off guard right there. Let's fire mortar quicklime at this horse artillery. Howitzers, fire quicklime right on the edge of your range at this massive artillery battery being set up on this hillside. That's not good. Whoa, their artillery is taking out my puckle guns. We've lost 5 men and one of the puckles. One of the puckle guns. Thankfully, our cavalry is in the back. We've taken out that howitzer just in time to save our puckle guns, I would imagine. And now we're going to attack these Jaegers. And hopefully watch out for these pikes they've deployed. Very tricky. Ooh, a cavalry charge in the center. What is this general unit doing right here? Alright, horse, go for that artillery battery. Howitzer, fire on these troops in the center. Republican Guard, square formation. Looks like Marion's Rangers up front with their long-range rifles are being overwhelmed. But we have killed one of their generals. There we go. Line infantry, get up here and reinforce this gap in the line. Too late, horse artillery. I've gotcha. That household cavalry has got to go. That's it. Charge right into my pikes. Oh. That problem solved itself. We're actually only 2 units into our second army. This is going pretty well. Our horse here in the back can come this way and hopefully cause some trouble with their artillery here in the back. I'm going to pull these Marines up just a bit. Watch it, horse. You've got line infantry back here. This battlefield has gotten very long. It's hard to cover all these angles. Let's bring that horse back and try to bring that line infantry into our Marines that are pushing up. That does leave our right flank open, but they're now reinforcing mainly from this hillside. Horse, break off. You can't win this fight. There's way too many line infantry. Yeah, this horse is exhausted. Let's bring them way back to our lines here. Marines, take up fortifications and wait for that line infantry. We unfortunately can't move those puckle guns, so what I'm going to do, so that the puckle guns can assist, is I'm going to shift this entire line this way. All of you guys fall back. General, fall back. Cavalry, fall back. Sorry guys, you've got to run, get up that hill. We'll have to abandon our fortifications in order to let those puckle guns assist. Long riflemen, get over here on this ridgeline. That does just leave one unit of grenadiers covering our puckle guns, but all of the action is now on the left. If we can get them into this valley, our mortars should really be able to tear into them. Alright, our Marines have them retreating. Let's set up our Marines here in the center and try to bait them into coming towards us. Ha! We're firing down the side of their line right here. Whoa! That was an evil-looking cannonball. Yes, a 12-pounder artillery has reinforced us from our second army. If we can retake this hill, we can put that cannon right on the top. Here comes their cavalry. There's still plenty of pikes for them to get caught on along our lines, though. Ooh, their horse is caught out in the open. They're wavering, they're hesitating. They're caught right in that U shape. Light infantry and long riflemen surround them. Cavalry attack them. Cannon, get ready to take that hill. I'll have my howitzers fire left. Oh man, my mortars walked off of their cannon, or off of their mortars, and walked right into the battle. Thanks, guys. That's helpful. Ooh, my guys charged right into quicklime. What do you guys even have left? It's mostly right here, it looks like. I'm going to have the Colonial Light up here deploy pikes, and I'm going to put this 12-pounder cannon right here on the left. Oh man, my long riflemen are actually out of ammo, as are my Republican Guard. Everybody's super low on ammo. Skirmishers help them out. Let's pull this line infantry over here to the left flank. These two units pull back like this. Marines push up. Their line infantry are preparing to fire. Uh-oh. Yep, they caught us, it looks like. We're not going down without a fight, though. The Austrians have broken here on the left flank. Let's get my general in on that. You guys reform lines. I'll get my light infantry here on the left. Puckle guns fire on that grouped infantry. Oh wow, my cavalry is still fighting over here and still killing them. My 19 horses killed something like 40 of their men. Oh man, it's getting desperate. Grenadiers, form a second line next to the puckle guns. Seeing you guys are out of ammo. The Marines at least still have plenty of ammo. You guys push up and engage the right flank. Come on, everybody, just hold. We're so close. Colonial Light push up, fire in their backs. My unarmed, what is this? Long riflemen and Republican Guard, though battered, are joining the melee here in the center. Let's add my unarmed, out of ammo grenadiers to that, I guess, mix here in the center. There we go. Bayonet charge from the grenadiers. Battalion flag flying. Marines, swing back this direction. Let the puckle guns do some of the work. 12-pounder cannons deploy. Line infantry, get up there on that left flank. Actually, no. Let's put you right in the center. Seeing everybody up here is now out of ammo. Republican Guard, charge them right in the back. No, right here. What a huge melee. Cannons, fire on their cannons from the hill. Terrible shots, but oh well. Bayonet charge right in their backs, in the center of the melee. And that breaks their morale. We really can't run them down, so I'm just going to take my victory. They deployed 6,200 and lost 4,400. We deployed 6,100 and only lost 1,800. Almost all of our losses were in our now very battered First Army. We'll have to replenish them quickly. Top kills, Puckle guns, 303. Our unstoppable long riflemen, 331. Line infantry, 231. Grenadiers, 255. Really a great battle for holding back the Austrian armies. Prussia requests the Netherlands in exchange for military technology. Let's do a counteroffer. I will offer military access for 5 turns and a payment of 39 just so that they aren't going to immediately declare war on me for not giving them the Netherlands. Let's see if that works. Basically a free gift. Maybe they'll hold off for a while. We don't need any more fronts in this war. Here we are, folks, the summer of 1828. Did you catch what our peace treaty thwarted? Well, look what we have here. Another ridiculous Spanish Navy of first rates, and then an odd mix, with a full stack army this time. Line infantry, a little bit of cannon, some skirmishers, a pretty good army for the AI. Could use a few more cannon and horse, but impressive. They were all set to invade North Carolina. We have, of course, learned to expect this. Our international relations are shaky at best, so we did have troops down here at Fort Raleigh. Let's go ahead and build that artillery fort to protect the region. First things first, after the artillery fort. We had about 41,000 gold from our trade route raiding. We are looting their income, basically. Let's keep that up. Top off repairs for our slightly injured fleet. Check on this Austrian fleet up here. Pretty nasty. Lots of mixed ships and a couple of first rates. Gosh, a heavy first rate and 3 first rates. We're gonna have to just build first rates for like the next 30 years to catch up. These world power navies are pretty terrifying. Anyway, our battered army over here. It's going to cost 7,500 across 2 turns, an entire year to replenish. But boy, are they experienced. What units did we lose? We still have our mortars, still have our 12-pounder, still have the howitzer and the Puckle guns. We have Sheldon's light dragoons and the Philadelphia light. I believe we only lost our provincial cavalry. Let's replace them with a regiment of horse with 2 bars of experience.
Ready for orders.
And our next army is coming along nicely. Actually, let's use the regiment of horse from that army to go ahead and top them off. And instead, focus on recruiting that artillery and line infantry for that new army. I believe they're going to get, let's see, 2 12-pounders and a howitzer. They need a Puckle gun as well. Then 2 line infantry, that's 6 recruitment options. They only have the 5 slots though. Let's cancel that second 12-pounder, or actually it is 24-pounder. We don't really need it though. The puckle gun is just really important for maintaining those defensive lines with its very rapid rate of fire.
Sir.
Our other new army approaches with General Deere. I believe this is one of our armies that came over from the US just in the last few years to help defend our military base here in Amsterdam.
Troops forward.
Let's make sure that General Cochrane over here in the east is not isolated.
Yes, sir. Forward.
I will swap armies. Let's send our replenishing army with our very experienced General Green
March.
to occupy the capital, and I'll push up
Sir.
with General Albertson,
Orders.
who also has a very experienced army.
Forward.
How many full stacks do they have left? I count only one full stack undamaged army, one very battered army, one probably decent strength army, and then from there it's just kind of bits and pieces of other armies. I'm pretty sure that with just a few more years of fighting, these 6 American armies will be able to push out into Austrian territory, and as soon as we establish a border actually outside of our military area here in the Netherlands, as soon as we establish that border, we're going to liberate Paris and return it to the French. Seeing we're still doing quite well with our money, estimated 44,000 income for next turn. Let's make sure that we're recruiting the maximum amount of troops possible. Our government popularity is going up, but is still very low at 61%. I believe we had that election last year, so it will take a while to catch back up. Well, all of those battles did take up a ton of time, so let's go ahead and finish up this turn quickly. One of our rakes, our spies, has died of natural causes out here in the wilderness. We have some new construction, including a modern university in Pennsylvania. Make sure that all of our research is going. Looking good. That's our recruitment report. And that last one is just where I'm rating their trade routes once again. I think it's the Austrians. Oh, no, the Swedes and the Austrians for the most part. I still can't figure out what Sweden is after. They might just be angry at my invasion of the Dutch. Too bad, the Dutch should have stopped invading North Carolina. We've got some money to spare finally, so let's build Independence Hall here in Philadelphia. Every new nation needs a birthplace. It's home to the Second Continental Congress. That is definitely a building we want to add for the pride of our nation. I'm also going to repair the capital here in Maine, replenish the army, and march it back to Pennsylvania, the capital of our nation. I guess Boston could use a few more troops to help defend it. Line infantry, horse, line infantry, and can we do a 24-pounder cannon from somewhere? Yeah. We'll do a 24-pounder recruitment in Philadelphia and just move it up to Boston. We really should have another army
Yes, sir.
guarding the Iroquois territory with so many British armies here in the north. Let's fill up that recruitment tab and get that army going. I'm not going to bother building any more second rates or anything like that. We've just got to get a good dock going and go right to first rates. So our remaining $6,000 will go to a few more troops to fortify Santa Fe. Let's do a horse artillery, some Minutemen, just as an occupational force. Let's repair our fishery here in Texas. That army is replenishing. Guess we might as well move south with it, as they do replenish.
Waiting for your order.
Discretion is guaranteed. In the shadows.
Let's begin our war against Mexico
Ready.
by sabotaging one of their buildings. Let's sabotage their observatory.
Investigate.
Successful mission. That's going to make their population a bit unhappier, and they'll have to pay to rebuild it. General Alberts, go ahead and pass right through Texas, cross the, I believe, Rio Grande River into Mexico. We're going to besiege them, force a peace, get that trade treaty back, and hopefully just avoid further conflict with Mexico. I think they're after Texas, but too bad. 2,000 gold left. Not much to spend it on. Recruitment is full up. We'll add a few units just to have them going. But for the most part, I think I'll just hold on to that cash. Before we end the episode, let's check out our prestige. We are continuing to rise in prestige. We're at 4,867, only just barely behind the very rich Martha Confederacy, rapidly approaching the Ottoman Empire and Prussia, but still a ways to go before Sweden, Spain, Great Britain, and of course our main enemy, Austria. A big part of what we need to continue to build is our armies and navies. I think that went pretty well. Thank you guys for watching. As always, don't forget to check out the other series that I have on my channel outside of Total War. I've got some real-world firearms videos that I definitely enjoy making, along with a couple of my other favorite games, DayZ, of course, a little bit of Battlefield, a little bit of Titanfall, and some Watch Dogs here and there. Plenty of variety for you guys. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you all later.